What's up on this Witchy Wednesday, guys? All right, so this was the deck I use for the last reading. This is part 2. So we now jump into the tea reading. I already got rid of any old stagnant energy from previous readings, and then I asked the spirit guides to draw in your answers for the collective's questions. So, cheers. I did a London fog, as always, because it's one of my favorites. We're dripping. That means cups are overfloweth. We are abundant. And hopefully we get some more clarity on what the cards said. So just a recap, if you didn't listen to the card reading, we had the Three of Pentacles, the Death card, Nine of Swords, and then the Six of Wands. Death card was clarified by the Three of Swords. Nine of Swords was clarified by the Judgment. And then the Six of Wands was clarified by the Six of Pentacles. We had some lack of commitment. Somebody was keeping their heart locked away, possibly due to some third parties being envious, or maybe you were being envious. Somebody could have cheated. We did have a love affair or temptations. Somebody either gave into some pleasures or didn't want to give into the temptations with you after the separation. And yeah, with the Four of Swords coming up and then the Three of Swords clarifying right after, it was definitely talking of some heartache, but I felt like the feminine, or whoever was in their feminine energy, was definitely pulling back their energy, going into rest and contemplation time, and just taking care of themselves, which was much needed. So let's see what the tea has to say. I've got a few more sips. Sorry guys, I just made it, so it is still piping hot. How are we feeling? Like, how's the collective? I'm so grateful for everybody who has jumped onto my channel. I already have 35 subscribers. It's more than I thought I'd ever have, so I'm here for it. I'm happy that you guys are resonating with it and enjoying my readings. And I can't wait to get more. So share with your friends. Like, boost me up. Let me know, or what is it? Hype me up. I'm still learning YouTube, so my apologies. But yeah, I really like this platform. It's cool. Instagram, I feel like is it's more fast paced, and I've got to be quick with it, and there's so much more to learn. We're here. I feel like I can slow down, take my time, really resonate with the cards or the tea, and give you guys the messages that are coming through and not feel so rushed. So I appreciate that. We are here to make more magic. And that's what it's all about. Sometimes magic takes time, you know, to brew our teas and let things simmer. All right, so last few sips, last opportunity to get your questions in. I'm gonna remove this tea bag. I add the last little bit of loose leaf tea just so I didn't drink it all. Last sip for good luck. What does this collective need to know? Correlating to this reading. Mm. Okay. So I always, let's see, where did that napkin go? Yeah, okay. Emotionally, emotions are flowing. Could mean abundance is flowing too, but emotions are heavy and they're flowing. The majority of the congregation of leaves is in the middle of the month towards the end of the year. So let's look at what's happening right now. Yep, right now we have some emotions in our heart space center. You are looking for this love and affection outside of yourself, though, because it's not directly on the heart. So that's letting me know you're seeking external validation rather than self-love. So my suggestion is to just turn that inward. It does trail down into whatever happened, which I'm assuming this conflict or misunderstanding, miscommunication, whatever was the issue with the cards, the difference of opinion or the challenge, it trails directly from the heart space across into that region. So I think we're still blaming the lack of love onto that situation rather than, reflecting inward, looking in the mirror, which there's always, it takes two to tango, right? Sorry, my guys got the zoomies. Okay. Yeah, same thing, because we have little leaves on the full moon, which typically would mean a love affair. Could be either or, like you're in a romantic love affair or somebody else had a romantic love affair or a sexual love affair, because the leaves are, one leaf is inside the full moon and the rest are outside of the full moon. So that's clarifying the cards that some kind of an affair happened outside. It did cause this separation. I feel like you're going to have very little communication, maybe like one day in a week of communication with your person, and then back to separation for the remainder of this month, even into December. But then we do have the end of that separation sometime in December before the new year. Now, it could be either or. This is a big collective. So when I do have leaves showing up at the end of the month or end of the year, it's just letting me know either you guys figure it out, the separation is done, and then you guys can come back together in union, or the separation is clear cut and that energy is released. So now you no longer are experiencing the separation energy and you are clear to have energies flow back in, whether it's that person or not. So take it how it resonates. As far as anything else happening right now, yeah, there was some jealousy or something shady happening, because we do have a little bit showing up in the snake energy, but it's also the year of the snakes still. So I feel like we were just shedding some things before the next month, before the new year. Nothing fertile or no new ideas for business or love being planted until late December, beginning of January. This is prompting you to better yourself or your situation, but you don't put any energy, like very little energy, in towards yourself. I feel like we're still in the grieving stage for this entire month. Before next month, you bring it back in. You're trying to pull that energy in again and focus on yourself, but it's hard. The ebb and flow, it's sprinkled in. But end of the month, it's showing up, or end of the year, excuse me, it's showing up again. Yeah, there's not much under the church placement. So I don't think we have any weddings here. I also don't think we have any commitment or any funeral. So that's good. But also, it's like you're not really trusting the universal divine timing. You're kind of cut off from your spiritual awakening at this time during this grieving. We do have a lot under the heart key. So I know it's hard because we don't see it as a blessing in disguise, but almost all the leaves, like it's sprinkled on this side, but then all of the leaves are pushed to this side and they're heavily sprinkled down. So, and that's all of this month, all of next month into the new year. So for some of you, it could be a passion project happening, but for others, since this was more of a love reading, I'm feeling that, it's the silver lining. Of course, it sucked, but you have the key to open up a new door of self-love or to rekindle this flame later on or to move forward and find new love. And that is the silver lining, that we do have to go through these hard lessons sometimes in life. It does cross over into our social gathering. We have very little contacts with either that person or other people, because I feel like you go back into your rest and reflection mode with that Four of Swords for this month. But into next month before the new year, I feel like it's all holiday season stuff. You start to put yourself back out there, whether it's in the dating pool or just getting back out with friends and becoming more happy and joyful, or potentially having a social some kind of social union with this person again, because it does cross over into the love range. But again, that's not till the very end of the year. Yeah, and same thing. If this person does come back, it's towards the end of the year, December for sure. But it's still scattered, so it's not like they're going to come back and profess their love or commitment fully yet. I feel like it's a slow burn, but that's okay. We'd rather that, right? It does promote you to get some fire under your butt and progress towards your own goals. That doesn't happen in a tangible setting. Like, you can't really see that progress of success in your career, in your own life, or even in this love life or love situation again until December, but that's okay. Yeah, there is something lucky around this. So I feel like there is some kind of wish fulfillment. We do have star energy coming up. It does feel scattered, so it's not like you're going to be presented with like this big prize and feel like you won and gained this love back, or maybe, if you were seeking a job, but it's sprinkled in. So the success does come in, it's just slowly again. And you do have energy on one of the leaves of the four clover and around the four clover. So again, letting me know that it's a slow burn. There is luck and a silver lining around this, but it's not going to be like in your face, lit up in bright lights. You're not going to maybe feel that it's a lucky situation. We do have almost every single planetary placement. We have a new beginning here with the sun, and it's outside of ourselves, crossing over into this sun position and star position. So there is happiness, there is success, there is new energy through this, there is a wish fulfillment. But again, it's going to take some time because you are seeking this from an outside source rather than starting it within. But there are still some leaves within, so you know what you have to do. Saturn, yeah, you have to let go of something in order for this to come in. So any old feelings that you're harboring, remember we had some heavy energy of jealousy and detachment and like locking away your heart and not being able to move forward. We have to let go of those things or forgive our person for those things if we want to move forward with them or into a new journey with somebody else. But there is a new journey. Again, it could be with that person, it could be with somebody else. There is some Mars energy, so it's not going to come without a challenge, but it's not heavy, so that's good. I feel like you've kind of gotten through the heavy stuff in the beginning. And we do have both social success over the star energy too. So we know that we're coming into some kind of recognition here, or they're seeing you, or people are seeing you step into this new light. There is growth here. There is spiritual expansion. Again, silver lining. It is a beautiful thing, growth, but it is hard. And we do have Venus coming up, which is attraction. So again, it could be a new person. And this does cross over into wish fulfillment too, into star space. So you are being guided towards seeing that there is something better in the future path. We just have to honor that. But an important decision does have to be made with our Jupiter energy coming up. It is scattered. So I feel like, again, the collective is large here. So for some, this important decision, you might want to go back to this person and forgive them. For others, you might want to cut the ties, separate fully, move forward because there is something else better. There is social success coming in with your business or whatever ventures you have going on, or it could be a new love. But you don't know until you let go of those old mindsets that are holding you back, anything that's no longer serving you. But all in all, it's a pretty positive reading. Check it out. All right, guys. Well, I hope that resonated with you. I will still put the angel numbers from the previous tarot reading in the description. So anyhow, my name's Kat. This is Pure Premonitions. Happy Wednesday, and I wish you guys all the best of luck. And I'm sorry if your heart is still hurting, but remember, if one door closes, there are plenty of new doors open, right? So look for those silver linings. Love you guys. Bye.